Hi, everybody, and welcome to yoga. My name is Joanne. Thank you for practicing with me today. I'm going to have us actually start over a little bit of a roll, and I want you to have a strap handy. So you're going to take a towel, a blanket, whatever you've got. We're going to start with a little, and you want to make it small enough that it's comfortable. So if you're real tight in the shoulders and upper back, make it a little smaller. If you're pretty flexible, you might be able to make it bigger. This is probably big for most people. So I would say, you don't have to take the full roll. You can do a partial roll. And you want the roll under your shoulder blade. And by that, your chicken wing bone that sticks out here when you place your hand behind your back. You want the top of the roll to be right here at this line. So for females, this is usually our bra line about. And you want the top of the roll right there. So you want to check that out. And try to keep it nice and rounded. And then bend your knees to place your feet on the floor. Maybe take your feet out a little bit wide and let the knees come together. We're going to take the arms out by the side. So again, if this feels like, whoa, this is tight and this is intense and I can't breathe well, then make your roll smaller. And if it's like, this feels like nothing, then make it a little bigger. So you want to feel a nice passive stretch here. So also you want to make sure the neck is long on the mat, so you're not lifting your chin. So you might need a little prop under your head here as well, and that's totally fine. And my clock is just going to double check. Okay, cool. So lying on your back over the roll, allow the eyes to gently close. Allow the lips to part just slightly so your jaw is soft. And we'll bring some awareness to the breath. So we're going to bring our awareness to our lower abdomen. As we begin to inhale, we send the abdomen out. So we really breathe into the belly. And as the inhale continues, we move the ribs toward the sides of our mat. And then we take the inhale all the way over the roll, so the lungs, to the tops of the lungs, which is just below the clavicle here. So we really want to bring the breath over our roll. All on the inhale. And the exhale, we reverse that wave as you breathe through the nose. We're going to gently squeeze the navel toward the spine. So almost pressing the low back down a little bit. So again, that's why it's important. Make sure you're not too low on the roll. Felt like I was a little bit low, so reach down a little. Nice passive heart opener. And then we'll just take several breaths like that over the roll. So I encourage you to try to lengthen the inhale and the exhale just a little bit with each breath. Make sure your breath is comfortable. We don't want to force or hold or feel tight or clenched anywhere in the body. So deep inhale over the roll. And complete exhale back down. And as you're moving the breath up and down the body, you might take this opportunity at the beginning of practice to set an intention or dedication. You choose just one thing to set your intention to. The one pointed focus for that. Nice to repeat that 3 times to yourself. So get that into your subconscious mind for the full practice. Using our inhale to open and expand the body. Bring in new energy. Using the exhale to relax and let go of tension in the body. Let go of anything you don't need, including thoughts in the mind. Just let them go. Try to be in your body with the breath throughout the practice. Let's do 3 more breaths over the roll here. So it should still be comfortable. You're nice and grounded, softly grounded. Excellent. And then from here, walk your feet so they're parallel to each other. Walk your heels in just a little bit toward the glutes. And then you're going to press into your feet to lift your hips and back up a little bit so you can pull the roll out to the side. If you're not laying on an extended part of your roll, hopefully that works. So just set your roll to the side. And lie flat on your back. Walk your feet out a little bit. Again. Just take a breath here. Nice deep breath in and out. Open the chest as you breathe in. Make sure the neck is long. And just take a moment to observe how that feels in the back, in the lungs. Hopefully a little more expanded, a little more spacious. Good, and then we're just going to take the knees into the chest, hold on to your shins. Just gently rock side to side on the back. Good, and then we're going to rock all the way to one side. So if you are wearing glasses, you'll want to remove them for this. And I suggest before you try it that you watch me first if you're new to this. I haven't taught this a whole lot on Zoom, and it's kind of one that doesn't translate or through articulation somehow. So I suggest you watch. So squeezing the knees in, I'm going to roll all the way to one side. And then I'm going to continue to roll on my forehead and look behind me to release in my neck. Now, if this bothers you in any way in your neck, don't do it. Or if it doesn't work for you, you can skip it. But just a nice neck release on the floor. So I'm going to roll to the other side and continue to roll on my forehead and look back. So hopefully that makes sense. So we'll take a couple of those side to side. Breathing. Looking behind you to release the neck. Should be comfortable. Let's do one more on each side. Good, and then come back to center. A lot of times I think people do that. I don't know what happens, but oh, they go this way or anyway, whatever. So hopefully you got that. Squeezing the knees in. We're going to take the hands now behind your thighs. And if this is bothersome, don't do it as well, but we're going to do a little rock and roll. So I want you to think about engaging your core, keeping the knees hugged in and kind of rounding the spine a little bit. So we're going to inhale as we bring the feet up a little bit. Exhale, rock forward. So be very gentle with your spine. Watch that you don't kick something behind you. Just a nice, easy rock and roll. And if this, again, bothers you or hurts your back, don't do it. You can play with the balance on your sitting bones for a little more challenge in the core, if you like. Good, and then we're just going to roll all the way up to a seat. So come up to a comfortable seat and face you. And then if you need to sit up on a blanket or a block, use your roll again. Create a little height for your hips. You can do that if you need. to elevate your hips. I encourage you to do that. Maybe if you don't even need it, it's nice. And then come to a comfortable seat. So ground your sitting bones on whatever you're sitting on, and then find length through the spine. Let's shrug the shoulders up by the ears, down the back, open the chest. Settle the shoulders down away from the ears. Retract your chin slightly so that your neck is long. Take a deep breath in through the nose, expand through the chest and the belly. Good. Exhale, drop your chin forward. Bow to yourself, stretch the back of your neck. And then we're just going to gently rock side to side. Inhale to one side. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale to the other side. And exhale, chin to chest. Good. Inhale. Try to decide at your pace with your breath. I want you to pay attention to your transitions. And notice the stretch as you're moving, not just getting there, but noticing each part of that stretch as you rotate. Rock the head forward, side to side. Good. Inhaling, opening, and exhaling, releasing. Let's take it to the first side. Inhale. Good. And then we're going to walk the opposite arm out. All the way away from the body, lift through the sternum. Lift that arm away from the floor about 45 degrees. Keep the arm extended. And then flex the fingers toward the face. Oh my goodness, it's such a strong stretch. It always surprises me. Okay, and then bring the fingers to the floor. Inhale, pull the hand toward the face. Exhale down, inhale up. Sure the posture is still tall and the shoulders relax. So we're not up by the ear, we're relaxing the shoulder. Yeah. Nice. Good. And then send the fingers long. Flex the fingers toward the face. Rotate the fingers toward the screen. And then rotate the fingers back behind you. So make sure the posture is still tall, forward. So we're rotating the muscle, the bone, the humerus, this long arm bone in the joint, in the shoulder joint. So we're not moving our shoulder, we're rotating in the joint. So this is good if you have any kind of adhesions or difficulty, range of motion. So be gentle. If it hurts, don't do it. See if you can find good, little more motion. Good, and then we'll take the fingers out, reach them away. Lower the arm by the side. Drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, take your head upright. Pick your arms by your side and just see how that feels. We're going to shrug the shoulders, squeeze up and down the back, open the chest. Lower the arms, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale to the second side. Coming over to that where we just extended. And then walk the opposite arm out. Extend the fingers toward the floor. Lift the sternum and the core so you're nice and tall. Ear over shoulder. Lift that arm 45 degrees away from you. Keep the shoulder relaxed. We'll flex and point. Flex and point. Check your posture. Check your face is soft and relaxed. You're not holding your jaw. Keep the breath moving. Good. Send the arm out long. Flex the fingers toward the face. Let's rotate the arm in the joint toward, fingers come toward the screen. And exhale, open back. Good. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Keep the posture tall. Sternum lifted, chest open. Nice. Keep rotating. So keep the shoulder relaxed. A lot going on. Sometimes it's hard to get our shoulder creeps up by our ear because we're trying to move it, but relax it down. Good. One more breath. And send the arm out, drop the arm back down, drop the chin forward. Inhale, take your head upright. Sit up tall, let's shrug the shoulders, squeeze up and back. Awesome, and see how that feels. Let's take the hands to the thighs. Sitting up nice and tall. We'll do a couple seated cat-cows. So you're gonna use your hands and your legs for a little bit of leverage. So we wanna sit up tall. We're gonna inhale as we pull on our knees and pull the elbows back to keep the shoulders dropping. Pull the elbows back, pull the chest through the shoulders, and gently look up toward the sky, opening the chest. As you exhale, you're gonna round the back, hold to the legs, and drop the chin, and round the upper back. Shoulders come forward, chin down. So you can kind of rock forward and back with this one. Inhale up, open. Exhale, round, and really pull the shoulder blades back so you get a nice stretch here. Drop the chin. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, round. Let your breath guide you. Let's take a couple more. I think it's nice to hold the shins with this one so you can get a little more resistance and pulling back with the shoulders to really stretch, as opposed to our traditional cat-cow. Good, let's come back to center. Soften the shoulders, one more shoulder shrug here, squeeze up and back. Awesome, let's take our prop aside if you're using one. You can keep it handy if you need it. I'm gonna use a nice little cushion on my knees. So a thinner cushion for the knees is nice, maybe. So we're gonna come onto all fours. So tops of the feet press into the mat and fingers brighten on the mat. So we're nice and supported. Press away from the floor. And then just stacking the bones here, keep the neck long and the core engaged. So from here, we're gonna do some thread the needle. So we're gonna inhale and sweep one arm way up, open to the sky, open the chest. As you exhale, you're gonna thread the needle, come all the way down to the cheek on the side of the head. So option is to stay static, or you can move with your breath. Inhale as you open, and exhale as you thread the needle. Good, inhale, sweep. Exhale, release. Do a couple more. Inhale, exhale. Make sure you're releasing all the way down to your cheek, so you're really getting a nice release in the shoulder and the neck. And then when you come down next time, we're going to pause for just a moment on the cheek. Take your opposite hand behind you up. You can reach up to the sky or reach behind the back. Take a breath here. Just kind of melt into the floor a little bit more. Check under your couch for cat toys. And then unwind yourself. See kitty toys under the couch. All right, so now we're gonna sweep the other side open. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, thread the needle. Good, inhaling and exhaling. Nice and fluid with your motion, much as you can. And also, again, paying attention to the transitions as you move. Notice what's happening in your body as you're moving. Noticing the pause at the bottom and the top. Good, one more time. Let's exhale. Pause at the bottom here. So we'll stay here, sink a little deeper. Opposite arm can reach up to the sky or all the way behind the back if you'd like. Breathe. Melt into the floor. Awesome. Slowly unwind yourself. Coming back to all fours. Let's do one more chest and shoulder opener. We're going to be nice and open here. So we're going to bring your knees behind your hips just a little bit. And we're going to come down to the floor. So bend at the elbows and plant your chest in between your hands. Awkward-est pose. Also checking out the dust bunnies under the couch. And then, and then tops of the feet press to the floor. So here I'm going to turn my cheek to the floor. And whichever cheek is on the floor, you're going to take that same arm and place it out into a T position on extending from the side. So straight out from your shoulder, bring the arm palm down. My other arm is right next to my chest here. I'm going to bend the same leg that my arm is in, same side. Breathe in. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, press into your hand and just roll toward the extended arm. So go only as far as you're comfortable. Bent leg can come behind you if you'd like in a stretch. Make sure nothing is painful. Breathe into your chest here. Stretching the chest the other direction. Softening with each out breath. So we're not just static, we're moving with the breath. Slowly roll back down to your belly, bring your foot in and down to the floor. Take that arm, extended arm back in. We'll switch sides. So my head's going to go the other way. You're going to extend that arm out. Cheek to the floor. Bend the other leg. And as you're ready, roll to toward your extended arm. Maybe the leg comes back, maybe not. You know, you might just feel enough of a stretch here, and that's totally fine. You may not roll far or at all. I want you to breathe nice and deep. Let the body be moved by the breath. Keep softening, keep letting go. And slowly make your way back to your belly. Bring that arm in. Hands right next to your chest. Good. Let's tuck the toes under. Inhale, push yourself up. And we're going to sit back on our heels to stretch the feet, on the bottoms of the feet. Relax the forehead down. Take a nice deep breath into the soles of your feet here. See if you can untuck all 10 toes onto the floor. And let's inhale, come back up. All fours. Good, my toes are down. Neck is long. Let's tuck the toes here again. Breathe in and then just lift the knees off the mat about an inch. Elbows are soft, not locked. Neck is long, an extension of the spine. We're breathing, a little strength, a little heat into the core. Get one more breath. Good, release down. Release the feet. Good, from here we're gonna come all the way up. So tuck the toes one more time. Breathe in and then slowly peel your hips up to a downward dog. So lift the hips high and then pedal your feet. Walk your dog out. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Good, and then we're going to walk ourselves up to the front of the mat. So take a nice easy stroll up. Soften your knees, feet about hip width apart. 2 fists is a good measurement. Relax the forehead toward the shin. Shake your head a little yes and no. Shift the weight on the feet. Play around with that until you find nice even weight distribution on all 4 corners of both feet. Deep breath in and let's sigh it out through the mouth. Relax. Good. Release the arms in front of you. And then as you find a nice, soft, firm footing, we're going to roll up. Let the arms dangle, chin tucks. Tuck your tailbone. Unfurl your body all the way up to stand. Nice and slow. Roll your shoulders up and down the back. Coming into our mountain pose, we're going to make sure our pelvis is nice and even. Heavy suitcases in the hands. Chin retracted, nice tall back of the neck. Nice lifted, engaged in the core a little bit. Lifting the quads, mountain pose. Soft toes. Reach the arms back behind you as you inhale, stretch the chest, lift up. Deep breath in, exhale, swan dive, soften your knees, forward fold. Tuck the forehead. Inhale, we're going to come into a flat back, lengthen your spine halfway to the mat. And exhale, fold. We're going to roll up, inhale, all the way up. So notice again the transitions as you move back to your mountain pose. I want you to feel each articulation of the stretch. Reach back, inhale, lift. Feel this in the waistline. Exhale, swan dive, soft knees, forward fold. Empty your lungs. Inhale, float yourself up, flat back. Exhale, fold again. So let the arms hang here, roll up, inhale, slow. Nice. And stack one vertebra at a time, open the chest, mountain pose. One more time, reach back, inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive, soft knees. Inhale, flat back, open the chest. Knees can stay bent here. Lengthen your spine, exhale, fold. Good, we're gonna stay down here in our forward fold. Hands are planted, we're gonna take a giant step back with the right leg. Lengthen your chest, drop your back knee, uncurl your back toes. We're gonna scissor our legs toward the midline and rise up for crescent lunge, lift up. Make sure your front knee is directly over the heel, not in front of it. Good, and then exhale, float the hands down, frame this foot. We're gonna tuck the back toes under and lift the knee. You're gonna take your hips up a little bit and step it back to a downward dog. Relax the head between your arms. Hands are nice and firm, fingers working, not dumping into our wrists. Good, breathe in and out. Next time you breathe in, we're gonna roll up to plank pose. So see if you can, again, feel the muscles working around the bones as you roll yourself to plank position. The shoulders stay aligned above my wrists. My hips and my shoulders are in the same plane, hopefully. Breathe in, exhale, drop both knees right where they are. So they should be behind the hips a little bit. And then we're gonna exhale as we bend at the elbow, keep the elbows close toward the ribs and plant the chest between the hands, upward S. Slide your legs out, tops of the feet, press into the mat, press all 10 toes down, and then inhale, open your chest forward, pull the mat a little bit toward you, lengthen. Glue the feet. Let's lift the hands here and take a breath. Feeling those back muscles work. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands by your side. Tuck your toes under. Inhale. Exhale, come through. You can come through tabletop or straight back downward dog, up to you. From here, bend your knees and gaze forward. We're gonna take our back leg, the right leg through. So we're doing the opposite side now. We're gonna drop the back knee and uncurl the toes. So make sure you've switched your legs out. Scissor your legs toward the midline and then rise up, crescent lunge. Inhale. Lift up. Knee over heel. Back leg back a little bit, whatever's comfortable. Stretching our hip flexor. Off shoulders. Breathe in. Good. Exhale, float the hands down. Frame that foot. Tuck the back toes. Lift the knee. Take your hips high. Step back, downward dog. Good. On your next inhale, roll yourself to a plank position. Nice and mindfully. Lots of integrity of the muscles sort of hugging the bone. Breathe in. Exhale, drop the knees. Breathe in. Exhale, plant the chest. Slide the legs out, tops of the feet, press down, inhale, open the chest, cobra. Pull the shoulder blades back, lift the hands. Breathe into the belly, glue the feet. Good, exhale, lower the hands next to the chest. Tuck your toes. Coming through tabletop or straight back, downward dog, up to you. Take a breath in your downward dog. Bend your knees. We're going to take the gaze forward and lots of options for getting to the front of your mat. So you could step, hop, or walk. However you move, I want you to be light on your feet. So light on the joints on your landings, not slamming into our feet. Fold here. See if the knees are starting to open a little bit. Keep them soft. And then roll yourself up. Inhale. Nice and slow. Shrug your shoulders, open your chest. Excellent. Let's reach back. Inhale, lift. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, swan dive, forward bend, soften your knees. Inhale, flat back, open your chest. Exhale, fold. Good, giant step back with your right leg. We're going to plant that, lift that foot up and walk it up a little bit. We're going to plant it on the ground. So however far you need to bring it up so that your foot is flat, your back foot should be flat. Heel to arch alignment or heel to heel train tracks is fine. From here, you're going to inhale, lift up. Hips are facing sort of the front. Add the arms, warrior one. And I want you to keep your pelvis from dumping forward. Easy to do in this pose. So tuck your pelvis, reach up. We're going to do some cactus arms. Soften your shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale, pull the shoulder blades behind you and open your chest as you straighten the front leg. Inhale, we'll sink and reach. So I want you to find a little resistance as you move the arms up and back. Inhale, coordinate with your breath, reach. Exhale, pull. Popping in my shoulders, inhale, reach, one more time. And exhale, back. Nice, sink and reach all the way up. We're going to lower the arms by the side, straighten the front leg, turn your front foot in, turn your back foot out. So we're in a wide-legged stance now. Good, and then from here, we're going to take the hands around the waist, thumbs around the waist, hands support the low back, pull the elbows behind you. So feet are parallel here. And we're going to lift the sternum to the sky, drop the tailbone, open the chest. Exhale, hinge at your hip halfway down. You might want blocks here in front of you. Keep the spine long, reach the arms out under your shoulders. If this is difficult to keep the spine long, take a wider stance that will bring you closer to the floor. Or again, you can use blocks here. Good, so we're going to take our little crab walk side to side. So we're going to aim our toes out to the sides now, to the corners of the mat. And then we're going to bend one leg and send your hips back behind you. Walk your hands to the bent leg side. Keep the feet grounded, so my both feet are on the floor. Stretching the opposite thigh, inner thigh. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend the other leg, walk to the other side. Legs extend, opposite leg extends, foot is grounded. It should feel good. Inhale, center. If it doesn't, don't do it. Exhale, extend, and bend. So let yourself move with your breath. Inhaling through center, exhaling to one side. Take it one more round. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale and exhale. Start ending up on the second side. Come back to center. Good, turn the feet in again, parallel. Firmly root your feet, and then one hand at a time will come to your waist for support, and you're gonna slowly hinge yourself up. Nice work. I'm gonna take my right leg and turn it to the back of the mat. So we're switching sides for warrior one. Adjust your stance, step the back foot up, plant it on an angle, make sure it's grounded, aiming the hips toward the front of the mat. Nice and long in the torso, nice even pelvis. Adding the arms, breathe in. Shoulders are soft, fingers extend, breathe in. Exhale, sink the leg. Don't dump into the back though, keep the tailbone grounded. Open your chest. Breathe in. Good, exhale, pull back, straighten the leg, open the chest. Inhale, sink as you reach, a little resistance. Use your breath. Exhale, pull back. Both feet are rooted. Inhale, reach and sink. And exhale back. One more time, sink and reach. Good, and exhale, pull back. Good, sink. Lower the arms by the side, straighten the leg. Turn that foot back in, facing our wide-legged stance again. Aim the toes to the corners of the mat. Nice and tall. And then we're gonna sink the legs. I want you to keep the knees open. So if you need to bring the feet in a little closer, if you're super tight in the hips, that's fine. So we want a wide stance and we're gonna work our quads a little bit. Aim to the corners of your mat. Without letting the knees collapse in and without shifting too forward, we want to keep nice and tall in the torso, nice and open in the chest. Reach the arms out like you're riding a horse. In front of you, keep the shoulders soft. Sink into your quads. Breathe. Good, so we're gonna inhale and lift up, straighten through the legs, reach the arms up by the ears. And then you're gonna flip the palms and take them behind you, open the chest, and then sink back down. So you're making a big circle and then reach the arms forward again. Good, so inhale, reach, straighten up, lift up. Exhale, flip the palms, open the chest as you sink back down. Reach out in front. Lots of work here. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale, flip the palms, open the chest and sink. Keep those knees opening, feet are grounded, no pain here, shouldn't have any pain in the knees. If you do, take it more shallow or do whatever you need to adjust. Inhale, lift. Exhale, flip the palms, open the chest and sink back down. Those knees open, reach out. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift. Nice and slow, open the chest, palms down and back. Sink. Good, reach out. Let's take one more breath if you can with me. Keep the knees open. Good, lower the arms, straighten the legs. Nice work, heel toe the feet, back to the center of your mat. So now we're in our mountain pose. Great, so let's take a balance from here. So we'll do the eagle today and make sure your hips are about, your feet are hip width apart, pardon me. And then, so the eagle's kind of a challenge. We haven't done a whole lot of eagle, so don't worry about it if it's a challenge, but we're gonna sink into our quads. So we're gonna do kind of like we did. So you want the hips to be over the heels. So we're not forward here with the torso. Torso is still nice and upright and I'm sinking. So you get a nice stretch in the calf here too. So keep the torso neutral, the pelvis neutral. Good, add the arms, you're gonna swing the arms out to the side. And then you're gonna wrap the arms. So you're gonna swing one arm under the other. So you can take right under left to start if you want, or whichever side, doesn't really matter. Hand position can be hugging yourself. Hands can be back to back. Palm to palm only if you're not torquing your wrist. If you have to do this, you're cutting off the flow of energy. We don't want to do that. We want to keep the fingers long. We are creating a little block at the elbows, however. So we're sinking. My right is under my left, so I'm going to shift my weight to my left leg. I'm going to focus my vision on something that's not going to move. When I feel steady, I'm going to continue to breathe, and I'm going to cross my right leg over my left. I'm creating a little bind at my thighs, and then maybe I wrap the foot behind the leg, maybe not. You can have the big toe down for support on the floor. If you can wrap, great. If not, don't worry about it. Lift through the energy. Feel that rising spiral of energy through the body. Breathe. Keeping the torso tall. And if you fall out, don't worry about it. Just try again. Connect to your breath. Maybe take one more breath. Maybe not. Slowly unwind yourself and release the arms and the legs and shake it out. So that's definitely a bit of a challenge for balance because there's a lot going on. When we wrap the arms, another thing to keep in mind is when you wrap the arms and you're here, it's nice if you have room to stretch, you can bring the elbows up a little bit. That'll give more of a stretch behind the shoulder if that's comfortable. So obviously if it's not, don't do it. So let's sink again. Let's come back to our starting pose. So mountain pose, and then we'll sink into our heels. Keep the torso tall. Swing the arms out. Breathe. Deep breath in. If you're following me, we're swinging left under right this time. Find your arm position on this side. Shift the weight to my right leg. And when I'm ready and steady, keep the breath moving. Fix your gaze. You're going to take the left and wrap it around the right with the legs. Maybe the elbows lift. Maybe not. Try to keep the torso tall. So we're grounding our feet and we're lifting the energy up. We're winding up like a spiral. Connect to your breath. Maybe one more breath. Nice job. Slowly unwind yourself. Great work. Shake it out. All right. Shrug your shoulders here. Good. Let's come down to the floor. So, yeah, we're going to come down through a squat if that's comfortable. You're welcome to use your prop under your heels if you need some cushion under your heels. Your heels tend to pop up in a squat, you can do that. Reaching out again, same principle, stay nice and tall. Torso tall, drop through the hips. Into your squat, hands come to the chest in prayer pose. Elbows inside of the thighs squeeze the elbows as we press away. Find a breath here. Excellent. And then let's come all the way down. Let's actually come on to all fours for a moment. A slight change of plan. Pardon me. So we're going to roll up the front of our mat. Do one more thing before we come to the floor. Make a cushion for your knees. So your feet are hip width apart. And then I'm going to take my hands around my back to support my sacrum at my low back. I'm going to tuck my toes under. You can keep your toes untucked if you prefer. It's more challenging. I'm going to do the camel. So We're going to pull the elbows back behind us to open the chest and lift the heart. So bring the sternum toward the sky, looking up a little bit toward the ceiling, but keeping support in the back body. So feeling the momentum coming forward, we're going to breathe in. You can stay here, maybe lift a little higher, up out of the back. And if you feel comfortable coming off of your back, you'll take one hand at a time to the heel. Keep lifting the sternum. Don't drop your head back either. Keep the neck supported. Head supported with the neck. Lift. So camel. If your toes are untucked here, clearly that's going to be further away from your reach, so that'll be more of a challenge. Breathe. Tailbone tucked. Shouldn't have any discomfort in the neck or the back. If you do, come up. You don't have, this is a big stretch, so you don't have to come all the way down. Good, slowly, one hand at a time, we'll come to the back for support. Uncurl your toes here. And then we're gonna sit on the heels to stretch our tops of our feet the other way. So if this is comfortable. So toes are untucked. I'm sitting on my heels. If this is too much, you're welcome to also take a roll under your thighs here to give you some more cushioning and support, and lift if it's too much of a bend on the knee here. And let's unfurl our mat. Good. And then from here, sitting on the heels, we're going to slowly lower the forehead down and reach around toward the feet and relax in child's pose for a breath. Good. Slowly come back up to sitting on the heels. Take a breath here. Good. Let's go ahead and swing the legs to one side. Bring them out in front of us. Lift the flesh away from your sitting bones. So I guess I'm going to face you guys. So extending my legs. And then I'm going to bend one leg and bring it in. Plant it on the floor. And I'm sitting up nice and tall. You can use your prop if you need here. And then I'm going to cradle my leg. I'm going to bring my elbow into my foot. I'm going to keep my foot flexed. I don't want you to sickle the ankle, so keep the foot flexed. You could also use a strap here if you need, or a towel to cradle your leg if this is too much. So we're just going to kind of rock the baby. So clasping if you can, just gently rock into your hip. It should feel comfortable. And if you need like some support, you can use this to do the same thing. If you can't make the reach, that's okay. You could use your strap or towel. Just rocking gently side to side, just kind of getting some motion into that hip. And then if you're comfortable, lean over and we're just going to kind of roll around on that hip. So massage your hip. You can use your hand. Just massage that big hip muscle, glute muscle. Your piriformis gets so tight. Good. And then let's come back up. And then you can use the strap here if you want. We're going to hold the foot and we're going to pull it back. So again, you could use your strap here if you need. So pull the foot back, legs extended. So we're kind of pulling that hip back a little bit and then slowly extend it and lower it back down. Good, lean back and just shake the legs a little bit. Good, we'll come back up, bend the other knee in. Good, lift that foot up, cradle the baby, wrap around, use your strap, flex the foot, try not to sickle the ankle, and we'll just rock gently side to side. Keep breathing. And again, if anything is painful, don't do it. use your props, whatever you need to be able to just find some more space. That's all we're trying to do with yoga, is create space in our joints and our bodies. We don't want to compress anything. We want to keep making more space. So if there's pain, that's an indication that you're not listening to your body. So don't work in pain. And I'm not laughing about that's not a funny matter, but don't do that. Okay. And then as you're ready, again, you can use your strap or reach your hand out and just kind of roll around, massage that hip. Make some circles, whatever feels good here. Just kind of move around to give yourself a little massage. Long time since I've done this. I love to do this so good. Okay. Good, and then let's come back up. Again, use your strap if you need. If you can grab your foot, you're gonna kind of do a bow and arrow. Pull the knee back behind you as best you can. Reach, pull, pull, pull. And then slowly extend the leg back down to the floor. Nice. So let's come back to our back and have your strap handy. Have my strap handy. Okay, good. So we've got about 10 minutes left, I think. So we're going to lift the flesh. We're going to come down to our back. So bring the hands on the thighs and glue the heels down. See if you can totally come down all the way to the floor. Nice and slowly use your core to do that. Having your strap handy. Good. Bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, and draw your right knee into your chest. Take the strap across the foot and send the foot up. Doing my new favorite series. I think I've done it 3 classes in a row now, maybe. So sorry for the repetitive nature, but these are so, I really love these stretches. So from here, the strap around the foot, make sure your head and neck and shoulders are relaxed. You're going to pull the other knee into the chest and hold the shin and kind of pull it out to the side. The extended leg in the air, you're going to aim, you're going to rotate the femur in the joint. So you're going to turn the leg out 45 degrees. So you're aiming the toes out to the corner, rotating the leg laterally. Hopefully you can see that. And then this leg's hugged in. And then from here, your back remains stable and you just open that extended leg out until you feel a stretch in the inner thigh. You might use a prop to keep your elbow on the ground or lifted. So we don't want the back to come off the floor. And just breathe here. So again, the breath moves the body. We're not static. We're still moving with the breath. I want you to be able to soften and relax. So with the inhale, you might come up a little with the exhale. You relax. So there's always movement in the stretch. We're not static. So if you're holding and resisting and tight, that's not helping your practice. So make sure you're relaxing. Good. Now slowly take that leg back up. Bring this foot to the floor. Walk that foot to the outside edge of your mat. Now we're going to turn our leg internally. We're going to rotate it the other way. And we're going to move the leg away from us. So past our 90-degree mark. So extend and then rotate in the other direction. So now we're rotating that way with the foot. And make sure it's past your hip. And then when you're ready, you can take this arm out for balance and support. Turn the foot and then just pull across until you feel this stretch. And it won't be far. The other leg can come toward the midline as well. So you're kind of moving both legs toward the center. Finding a nice stretch here and then work with the breath to soften and let go. Nice deep breaths, moving the body with the breath. And again, try not to sickle the ankle here too much. Good, let's slowly bring that leg back up. And then we'll take the strap off the foot and then flex the foot with the foot in the sky and then slowly lower it all the way to the floor. And then just stretch both legs out to see how that feels. Observe it. And let's bend the knees, place the foot on the floor, feet on the floor, and we'll do the other side. So foot around the strap around the other foot. Leg comes up. Bring this bent knee in, hold on to it. Turn this foot out 45 degrees on an angle. Keeping everything relaxed, slowly open the legs away from the midline until you stretch that inner thigh. Again, elbow can come down for support, or you could use a prop. Keep breathing and softening in your stretch, not holding. One more breath. Slowly take that leg up, drop this foot to the floor. Take this foot to the outer edge of your mat. Let this leg slide away from the body a little further. And then turn the foot internally, rotate the whole leg. Keep the foot flexed. Breathe in. As you're ready, slowly come toward the midline. Bring this leg across the body so you feel that hip light up. Maybe the arm comes out for support, and then I want you to soften with the breath. Keep the breath moving, keep the leg slightly moving. My back is grounded. Keep softening with the breath. Let's take one or two more breaths here on the side. And nice and slowly bring that leg back up to the sky through the center. Slowly bring the strap off the leg and flex the foot and slowly extend all the way back down. Letting your legs slide out. Asking yourself if there's any last pose you need for your practice. I'm going over the hour, sorry if I'm a little long. Oh, those stretches are awesome. Love those. Maybe swish your legs side to side, windshield wiper the legs. Really worked a lot in the hips and shoulders. So everybody, all the big joints, we worked a lot, should feel really good. And then if you have any tension at all in the back, you can bend your knees and let the knees fall to the center for your final resting position. We'll take the palms to face the sky. Tuck the shoulders under the chest, open the heart. If the back feels good, you can let the legs stretch out, flop out the feet. Gently rock your head side to side. Make sure your neck is neutral on the floor. Let's take a big breath in through the nose. And just sigh it out through the mouth. Let it go. Relax your entire body completely. Letting go of any residual tension with every out breath that you take. Relax. 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 You will stay on the floor in your resting position. I will slowly move myself to a seat, but you stay where you are on the ground. And keep letting go with each breath. Relax your entire body completely. If the mind begins to wander, just gently bring it back to your breath as you relax. Slowly and gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. And gently rock your head side to side, waking up the body. Good. And if your knees are bent, feet are on the floor, let's inhale. We're going to stretch nice and long through the whole body. So bring the arms overhead and stretch your feet all the way down. Stretch everything away from your navel as you breathe in. Take a deep breath in. Lower your back into the mat. Stretch, good, and then bend your knees to place your feet on the floor and make your way to the right side of your body to a fetal pose for just a moment. We're going to take a moment here to let the heart fill with blood. Recall any intention or dedication you might have set for your practice today, and just notice how you feel in this moment since we started our practice. As you're ready, nice and slowly, you're going to use your left hand to push your body back up to a comfortable seat and sit up on your prop if you need. Meet an easy pose. Nice and tall through the spine. And then we're going to inhale and sweep the arms up. Take a big breath in. Connect your hands at the top. Slowly lower them down to your heart. Bow to yourself with gratitude for practicing today. We'll bow to each other